Sonic the Hedgehog is a movie that exists. So this is a Sonic the Hedgehog movie review. And first of all, if anybody's watching this, cool. I guess, I don't know. Anyways, let's start off with the characters in the Sonic movie. The Sonic movie is a very basic movie. And when I say that, it has a very basic kid's plot. First of all, it's one of those movies where an anthropomorphic animal goes into the human world and teams up with a human to do their goal or take down a villain or whatever. Hence Hop or Alvin and the Chipmunks. Those movies could be very bland. Hop was very forgettable. Alvin and the Chipmunks was only not forgettable because of their squeaky voices. But other than that, I mean, it's very forgettable. The human characters could be forgettable. It has a very basic plot, and the characters are very forgettable too. I'm gonna go into that right now. Sonic. Let's talk about Sonic first. Sonic, the character in the movie, they made him less cocky because in the games, he's very cocky, basically. He always takes down Eggman with Knuckles or Tails or whatever he's with, depending on the game, reboot, or whatever. In this movie, he's more... I don't know how to say it. He basically has the same personality, but in the games, he's a little more cockier. And the reason is because, I mean, he's been with people his whole life, unlike movie Sonic. Okay, other characters in the movie are very, very forgettable, other than Eggman. And we'll get to Jim Carrey later, but let's talk about the main guy first, the guy that goes on the road trip with Sonic. We'll just call him Cyclops, because he was Cyclops. Basically, Cyclops is a very forgettable character in this movie. I don't know. There's just something about him. He's very generic. He literally plays the same role in Hop, a movie I just mentioned that has a very similar plot, but not exactly. He's basically like Dave, I think is his name, from Alvin and the Chipmunks. He's pretty forgettable. He's a good character though. He's cracked jokes then and there that made me like smirk or smile, like smirk, but not really laugh. And the jokes, we'll get to those later too. But the other characters, the wife or the girlfriend or the fiance or whatever, she's very forgettable. She doesn't even do much to the plot other than that little, like 15 minutes of the movie or 10 minutes where they go to the sister's house. The sister is... I didn't like the sister. She's very judgmental, but that's just a movie character. The little girl, I mean, they're all basic, basically. There were some scenes that were memorable, like, it was pretty cute when Sonic got his, like, iconic red shoes. And I liked it when they, went into that, like, bar, and he kind of stopped time. Not really stopped time, but went so fast that he stopped time. But here's one problem with it. His powers in this movie. He can control electricity with his emotions? I mean, I don't remember that being in any of the games, but first of all, I am comparing this to the games too much. But maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not a hardcore Sonic fan. Eggman is a very strong character in this movie. Like, a very strong character. Because he's basically as important to the plot as Sonic is. Because, first of all, Jim Carrey's performance is amazing. Like, all his performances are in movies such as Liar Liar, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, The Cable Guy, The Mask, The Truman Show. There's a lot of them, but he always goes all out with his performances, and sometimes not even all out, and they're very, very like extremely good, except for, I mean, we don't talk about the Riddler, Batman. Anyways, he is a very good character in this movie, and I liked his performance. I liked him as a villain in this movie. I thought he was kind of funny at sometimes. The jokes in it, they could be pretty stale, I have to admit. Okay, so I have to say something real quick. I hate Fortnite. I hate it a lot. Like, it gets very repetitive, but that's just my opinion. If somebody else loves Fortnite watching this or really likes it, I respect your opinion, but that's just mine. And you could, I mean, you have your opinion. But anyways, I don't like Fortnite that much. So when he did the floss the first time, I'm like, okay, that's pretty cringe, but it's kind of sad. It's kind of a standard in kids' movies nowadays where they have to do like a video game dance or something. But when he did it the second time, I started to cringe. But here's the thing. I'm kind of standing up for Sonic on this one because think about it. When Sonic was left by himself, he was like 5 or 4 years old. And then 10 years later is when present day, I guess. So he's a 14, 15-year-old boy. And over the years, he's probably seeing little kids or kids his age doing dances like that. So he's probably influenced by that, and he probably wants to do it like that too. Another cringe kind of part was there's this character named Crazy Carl in the movie, and basically he kind of hunts Sonic. Well, not hunts Sonic, but like he's kind of like one of those crazy guys. He's a crazy old guy. He's like one of those crazy guys you would see in the movies who would like believe in Bigfoot. But yeah, so there's this one scene where he comes into like a diner or a police station. I don't remember. And he holds up a drawing of Sonic, but they don't know it's Sonic, and it's called the Blue Devil. And he says, has anybody seen the Blue Devil? And trying to convince them. But the drawing isn't of Sonic. It's of Sanic. I didn't know whether to laugh or cringe at that part, honestly, that they included like a meme like that in that movie. But yeah, I think that this wasn't really a video game adaptation. I feel like this was another generic kids movie, like I just said earlier in this review. Because if they were really gonna make a video game adaptation, then the whole movie would be vice versa. Because in this movie, it's Sonic goes to the human world and fights the bad guys, and if it were an actual video game adaptation, it would be vice versa. It would be humans go to the Sonic world and Sonic fights the bad guys. The only thing similar is that Sonic fights bad guys. I mean, really. But yeah, basically, it wasn't really a video game adaptation. More, it was a kids movie. And I have nothing that much against it, but it was an okay movie. So, there's probably a lot I didn't mention in this review, but that's the end of it right now. So, anyways, I think my review for the Sonic movie is a, Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing. I am so sorry. The redesign. I am so glad they solely redesigned Sonic from that horrifying thing you see under your bed. Jesus. Oh my gosh. The separate eyes, okay, we won't even go into detail about it. I'm just happy they did that. So, overall review of the movie, if I had to rate it out of 10, it would be a 6 out of 10. Would I see it again? Probably not. I don't think so. No. But I think 6 out of 10 because it's a decent movie. It's a kids movie overall. And review of the movie, or summary of the movie, I should say. Sonic the Hedgehog. is a movie that exists.